"You're not listed as family, ma'am." That's what the gate guard said. I was in uniform, full bars, rank covered, intentional. "My name is Evelyn Hart, Brigadier General, 38, Army Intelligence." But that didn't matter. Not here. Not at my father's retirement ceremony. General Colton Hart walked past with my mother on his arm, glowing. Logan, my brother, winked as he said, "Guess you forgot to RSVP, Ev." They handed out programs with his photo. I didn't get one. I could have cleared that gate in 2 words. I didn't. Because some things deserve to be watched before they're interrupted. If you've ever been erased by the people who raised you, leave a comment. And if you're done being quiet, hit subscribe. The forgotten daughter just arrived, with clearance they can't even pronounce. I didn't expect a red carpet, but I also didn't expect to be erased. The invitation to my father's retirement had come in the form of a forwarded email. No message, no RSVP, just a subject line from my mom. "Lunch afterward at the officers' club. Dress appropriately. If you grew up military, you know what that means. Look nice. Stay quiet. Don't embarrass the family name." I showed up in regulation perfect dress blues, but I didn't uncover my rank. I wanted to see how far they'd take the performance. They took it all the way. My father walked past me without a glance. My mother looked straight through me. My brother smirked. No handshake, no seat, no name on the program, just a ghost at the gate. Inside, they gave speeches, passed around stories, toasted to 38 years of Colton Hart. My brother got a full paragraph in the commemorative pamphlet. His wife, Marissa, was listed as a pillar of family strength. Me, nothing, not even a footnote. When I told Dad years ago I was joining Army Intelligence, he said, "So admin work." And when I made captain, no phone call, just silence. Later that year, Logan was promoted. They threw him a party with 50 guests and a slideshow. I got an email from Mom. "Can you help me pick a frame for his photo?" I once overheard my dad say, "Evelyn's reliable, not brilliant, not brave, just dependable. Like a minivan." Not a compliment. Just the easiest way to dismiss a daughter you don't understand. I stopped trying to correct them. At some point you realize you can't explain your worth to people invested in misunderstanding you. I was already buried in classified briefings and foreign language rotations while Logan was still polishing boots at Fort Benning. He got a send-off party, complete with a slideshow and bourbon toasts. I got a list from Mom of things to keep feminine, like lip balm and nail scissors. At family holidays, Logan told war stories. I stayed quiet. Even when he described a mission gone sideways in Kabul, one I had personally rerouted in real time to save his convoy from walking straight into an IED trap. He called it lucky timing. I just smiled and passed the stuffing. I once asked Dad if he'd ever served under a female commander. He said, "Not the good ones." My commendations were sealed. My deployments were shadow classified. My team prevented 4 international attacks before they launched. No parades, no press. Just a fridge full of condiments and a voicemail from Mom. "Don't forget Logan's promotion dinner. It's what your father always dreamed of." Even after Operation Iron Relay, a hellish 22-month operation that spanned 5 continents, rerouted billions in illicit funds, and stopped coordinated strikes, I came home to a silent apartment and a forwarded email about Marissa's baby shower. I had risked everything. Sleepless rotations. Ghost assignments. A concussion from a failed extraction. I once crossed 3 borders in a rusted truck with a compromised asset in the back seat, and a bribe that cost me my entire side account. Still, at Thanksgiving, I was Evelyn the office one. That's the thing about invisibility. At first, you fight it. Then you wear it like armor. Until one day, you realize you're not part of the story anymore. You're the footnote they pretend never showed up. The call came in while I was deep inside a secure debriefing suite in Brussels. The line that rang was one that only lit up if something was on fire or about to vanish. I keyed in the code. "Brigadier General Hart, Evelyn, go ahead." The voice on the other end was unmistakable. "General Marcus Elroy, Joint Chiefs, Defense Intel Portfolio. Iron Relay is getting partially declassified. You're receiving the Distinguished Service Cross. We're presenting it." At your father's retirement ceremony. I let out a short, bitter laugh. You want to pin a medal on me in front of the one man who thinks I've been doing spreadsheets for 15 years? That's exactly why, Elroy said. This came from the secretary. Full press, high attendance, optics, but I heard the subtext. This wasn't just political theater. It was a message. That sometimes the quiet ones leave the loudest legacies. Your family doesn't know, he added. Let's keep it that way. After the call, I sat on the hotel bed, staring at the wall. Not proud, not afraid, just empty. I remembered the cost. Missed holidays, lost teammates, ghost apartments. The extraction in southern Africa where I bribed a warlord and bled into my scarf to keep a source alive. The crypto cell I dismantled while sleeping in a windowless room for 6 months. But no one claps for that. My mother once told someone I was still single but swamped. My dad called me solid, not brilliant, not brave, just reliable. They had to believe I was mediocre. Because the alternative would mean they never saw me coming. So I pressed my uniform, polished every pin, packed my stars under a regulation coat, and flew home, not to be seen but to be undeniable. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do isn't fight for a seat. It's to walk through the door when they've already counted you out. The auditorium lights dimmed. Patriotic music swelled. My father sat front and center, medals polished. Logan adjusted his tie. My mother clasped her pearls like a prize. Then the announcer said it. Before we proceed with General Hart's retirement commendation, we have one more recognition, a pause. Please rise for Brigadier General Evelyn Hart, awarded the Legion of Merit for outstanding leadership in defense intelligence. Chairs scraped, heads turned. And I stood, slowly, deliberately. Every ribbon in place, every step exact. I walked past rows of stunned faces, past my mother's frozen smile and Logan's blinking confusion. My father's jaw locked. He hadn't moved, hadn't looked at me. General Shaw handed me the box. I didn't thank her aloud. I just nodded. That's how respect works here. Then I stepped to the mic. I've been told my career wasn't real soldiering, that I worked from a desk, that what I did didn't count. Pause. Let them squirm. My job was to know where you'd die before you got there. My job was to stop the money, flip the courier, intercept the call before the folded flag arrived. A ripple went through the back rows, those who knew the game. My failures weren't televised. My victories weren't toasted. I buried teammates without explanation, missed weddings, funerals, and 5 straight Christmases. And I still got called the office one at dinner, a few nervous laughs. I looked directly at my father. But I'm not bitter, because I know what survival looks like. And I know what it costs to keep the war off the headlines. Silence, no applause, just wait. I saluted, then stepped back. And in that moment, for the first time in 34 years, my name meant something. My father didn't speak, but he saw me, and he couldn't unsee it. After the ceremony, I stepped outside before the applause turned to small talk. I didn't want handshakes. I didn't need anyone to catch up. But then I heard his voice. Evelyn, my father. Not barking orders, not in uniform, just a man with too many unspoken years between us. I didn't know, he said. I didn't let him off easy. No, you didn't want to. We stood in the cold like two ghosts finally facing each other. He stared at the horizon like it would explain something. I thought you stayed away because you wanted distance. No, I stayed away because silence was easier than being constantly misunderstood. Then he said it. Quiet, but real. I was wrong about you. That didn't fix it. But it cracked the wall. Weeks later, my mom called. Dinner, just the family, nothing fancy. I went, not for them, but for the version of me that used to wonder if she'd ever be seen. This time I didn't shrink. And no one forgot I was there. That's the thing about finally being visible. You don't need everyone to understand you, just the ones who insisted you were never there. If you've ever walked through fire just to sit at a table they said wasn't built for you, drop a comment. Tell me what you had to unlearn just to breathe. And if you're done explaining your worth, subscribe. You're not alone anymore. We see you now.